Now to the fun stuff.
Yes, now this is something you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, this is what we've been hit with lately, and I'm telling you guys, if you want to protect your commissions, this is now, used to be like a quarterly basis, now it was a monthly basis, now it's on a weekly basis. Mm-hmm. So in this particular case, this property was purchased back in 2015 for $980,000, okay? And a mortgage was placed on the property for $980,000. Now that's not unusual because sometimes banks over-collateralize. Okay, so what happens is then during the listing period, the people decided to put a mortgage on the property of $1,623,000 with some sort of private financial company. Now, you could look at this and say to yourself, well, wait a minute, I guess did they replace the 980? And I'll tell you something, from what I understand, maybe you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but institutions take a very long time to take this off the abstract, right? To take it off here.
That's right.
So you could assume, you could make the assumption that in this case, this 1.6 replaced the 9.8. Well, that didn't really work that way. And the thing is, our listing agents had a tiny little bit of a queue because they were told, you know what, guys, we may have to reduce if we reduce the price, we may have to reduce the commission. So if you get something like that, if you're doing a price reduction and they're saying I have to reduce the commission, you better have your antennas up because that's how fine it is. Okay, that's how fine it is. Now you think, so what do you think this property sold for? Take a fucking guess. What do you guys guess?
900.
What, how much?
900.
900? How much did it sell for? What do you think it sold for? Go. You will never guess what it sold for, I can guarantee you. You're very close. It's down at the bottom. Come on, guys. It was too easy for you, right? Yeah, 2.6. So wait a minute. So what are you saying to me? So when the lawyer called us and said we're short, the seller had to kick in more money. I said, are you on glue? What are you talking about? 1.6 replaced 9.8? God bless me. I got an extra $1 million. Well, not really. The 9.8 was never replaced, and it was a revolving line of credit from what I understand. Never got paid off. This was with a financial five, like the big five, okay? And this second mortgage shows up. So there wasn't enough money to close. Yiko. So we had ordered what you told me so I called the landlord, she told me right away, and she said order 2 documents, right? Mm-hmm. The 2 documents I asked for,
well, both to pull this and then to get the mortgages themselves.
Yeah, the mortgage. Yeah, and yeah. So then, and what happened was the guy sent it, and on the day they discharged the financial 5 one. Mm-hmm. They discharged this other one. So this guy had 2 mortgages against the property. Yeah, and the thing about this, 2015 980 never paid a dime. Come on,
Was that a reverse mortgage or?
Nope. It was a revolving line of credit, and the guy put a big improvement on his home and used that line of credit. So guys, I'm telling you, in this case here, we were short quite a bit of money.
So I think the takeaway is that when, especially in this market, and we're finding that people are going underwater, you really want to educate yourself before you get too far into the weeds about what's on title and have the hard conversations. There's not much you can do as an agent other than, steering them in the right direction to see if they can get this sorted out first. Contact the lenders, work something out. Will someone take a haircut before you're all the way in and you're not getting paid at all?
Now, the other thing too is if it ever went to arbitration, which something would happen. So basically, if we shorted the co-op side, they take us to arbitration. This picture is clear. It's clear, guys. You can't make an assumption that this one was paid out or replaced. This is a clear thing. We would lose every time. 1 + 1 = that. And you're short. Yep, sorry. There it is. Sorry.
The very last thing I want to point out, so on top of the S/Ts and the TWs, this comes up all the time. So all these numbers running down the left-hand side, again, these are the identification numbers. So this comes up all the time. This no SEC interest is a notice of security interest. This is most often Reliance, okay? It's a numbered company in this case, but the company is Reliance. And this is notice that there is an air conditioner, a furnace, a something is registered on title to the property. Okay, so if it is not assumed by the buyers, specifically in paragraph 6 of the agreement, your sellers have to pay it out. Okay, so when you see this, regardless of which side you're on, you need to address this.
And Atlanta, we just saw one right now. We pulled it, and it said it had dollar and a
Yes.
financial institution. And what I understand is that means they've increased the mortgage or something. Does that make any sense to
They
you?
have with
So
this,
let's say there's three mortgage. In
Yes.
this case, we had 3 mortgagees,
Yes.
and then the first mortgage had a dollar, like they had a charge. It said $1. And I asked the lawyer, and he looked at it and said, I believe that somebody's increased a mortgage here.
or a line of credit.
Or a line of credit.
Yeah.
Okay. So so you see $1, and it's not going to all add up, guys. So what Alana's saying, have these conversations. They are, and really be aware of what's going on. You know what I mean? Okay.